What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2LockedIn. We on episode 4. I'm Zach. Who do we got?
Radin, how you guys doing?
We're back. You know, if you notice me, if my voice cracks or if I'm like, sniffling a little bit, I'm a little bit sick right now, but that's not an excuse to not be here. Um, I'm excited. Radine, I know you've got some great, great topics for us
Oh
today.
yeah.
And yeah, let's just jump into it.
I was just wondering before we start, how you doing, Zach? How's life?
Oh,
You want to give
life?
us a little update on life?
Yeah, let's get it. The past week has been very, very eventful for me. A lot of stuff has happened that I didn't like. I've been looking for. I'm employed right now, but I'm looking for more employment. A different job essentially. So I'm not unemployed like others that I know. Um, you know, but uh, but yeah, I've gotten a lot. I've done a lot of interviews, more than I've ever done when I was trying to apply previously. Um, and it's been very fun, and it's looking like we'll see. May get a job. May get a job. It's looking pretty good. But yeah, I'm excited. But now I'm ill. I got all these chances to do some interviews to get a job, and then now I get sick. But I'm not too sick, so I'm still pretty good. But yeah, life has been it's been on the up. I'm excited. What about you, Radine? How's
Life's been
life?
pretty good. This week I got this guy who's trying to like scare me from like suing him. I told you guys the story before, but so there was this guy who was selling something I purchased. He didn't send me the file. It was honestly, it's on the record. I'm gonna say this. It was technology like internet, like I don't know. Like it wasn't his fault. It was like a error. I didn't get the files, and I thought about it twice, and I didn't need the service, so I emailed the PayPal, the service provider, and I was like, "Hey, I don't need this anymore. They sent me the wrong file. I don't need it. Just give me my refund." The guy gets connected to us, pulls like everything he can. Then I'm like, "All right, like I don't need to talk to you. You need to talk to PayPal," and I talk to PayPal. I don't need to talk to you. PayPal is basically like a judge between us.
Yeah,
Long story short, this guy DMs me on Instagram. I block him. This guy emails me some threatening stuff. Is like, yeah, you sure you want to continue with this? Blah 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 blah. Like, I deal with this all the time. PayPal's gonna take
mm,
my side. Like blah blah. I'm like, buddy, just calm down. Like you don't. He's like, I deal with this all the time. Maybe it's because your service sucks that you need to deal with this all the time. I'm just saying, like, don't. Anyways, long story short, guys, just don't buy anything from Instagram.
yeah,
My
guys.
lesson was learned. Now
Don't.
jumping into today's topic. Speaking of Instagram and social media, one thing that has been trending recently is called Labubu. Have you seen the Labubu, Zach? Do you know what
I
Labubus are?
I I have no idea what a Labubu is. It looked like a stuffy animal. I
That's
think. I
right.
think that's what it was. It looked like a Build-A-Bear of some
Mm-hmm,
sort.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have
So
no
the
idea what that.
Guardian, let me explain to you guys what it is. For people, a lot of people out of North America probably don't know what it is. Actually, maybe some European knows, but in the European countries already have them. But Lububu's Guardian, the Guardian has a whole article about them. I'm gonna read it for you guys. So Lububu is create. It's a, as you said, stuffed animal thingy. Like it's a doll that's designed in Hong Kong and inspired by basically a Nordic myth something. It's they do not look Nordic. They don't look like Vikings. So I'm just gonna put it as there. Basically what they are, they're like pop mart item during the package. It's like one of those things that you have to open. You know, like back in the day, Lego. I think Lego still has them. You can get minifigures in like small plastic packages, but you have to like guess what it is. Now it's in because back in the day, people being me used to play around to just find out what's in there, so they don't really have to quote unquote gamble to see what they get. But now they have it in like one of those boxes. I think it's like a paper box or something. But anyway, that's for Lego. This is similar to that. You don't know what you get till you buy it and open it up. And it's been on trend. Now the thing is, I understand for kids, this is something exciting. I was a kid once. Um, I I 100% get it. Like you want to open something to see what you get, what your luck is, and like flex it on your friends and stuff. That's pretty cool. But the problem is, I see grown ass fucking people walking around campus with this shit hanging from their bag, and
Wait,
it's
really?
starting to piss me off. Yeah, first thing first, it's expensive. This is an expensive item because of it's not the quality that's high, it's the quantity that's high. It has to come all the way from China. They come in like small packages because they don't sell them often, and it's like pain in the butt to import them because the tax is gonna be high. Anyways, that's for another day, another topic. But long story short, there's only low quantity of them. You can only purchase them in North America from like those not designer, but those like cool StockX looking stores that sell shoes and like outfits that are a little bit superior from like your normal Walmart shoe shirt. But what makes this interesting to me is people are willing to pay 150, 200 Canadian dollars to just have a doll hanging from their bag. And it just pisses me off how like things like this start the trending, you know? Not pissing me off, makes me like kind of question why, who, when. Now, before I give you the mic, Zach, I need to tell you this. The
Mhm.
marketing team for this has been doing a great job. I don't know, for Central C, you guys probably know Central C, it's a UK rapper, is the first celebrity who actually got into this wave, right? Um, that's why I said Europeans probably know what it is. He has the biggest collection between the celebrities of like Labubus, but also like Central C is the type of person who would actually buy one of these and like hang them from their bag as like a designer thing because it's like $300 per doll, right? But it just I don't understand it. Like what other people do it. It looks extremely ugly, right? It looks like you have watched the minions, right? The
Yes,
movie
yes, of
minions.
course.
You know,
Yep.
like Gru's dog. It's literally
Oh, yeah.
designed like that. So I don't know what's trending about this, and it's just I guess the question I have, Zach, for you to kind of like help me out understanding this is why? What's the energy? Like, why do people want to open up a bag to see what they got and then flex it on people?
Just to I think that's a great question. But I just have a quick question,
Yeah,
myself is, so how big are these things? Are they the size of like a Lego
they
minifigure
are
or?
probably like no, they're like 8 inches,
Oh,
so
okay,
this
okay.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, this big. They come in different sizes too. Like recently, they just announced like almost a probably a toddler size one. So they're just
So
getting bigger and bigger.
I'm gonna assume there's gonna be like different like rarities or like you can get like when you pack one, it's almost like a Pokemon card pack where, you know, it's gambling essentially. You're
It is.
gambling.
It is.
Um, and so I haven't seen anyone wear any of these yet, but I haven't really been onto my uni campus recently, so I don't. How many people have you seen? You said you've seen a couple people.
Yeah, I've seen at least like 6 people in one day just wearing these on their bag. Now you see, as you said, the trending thing is true. It's there. Everyone wants this blue color or like gray color ish, and everyone always gets the yellow one, right? But yeah, it's getting there. It's a new trend. It's still pretty new.
Grown ass people.
I'm just saying, this guy was
Everybody,
probably
yeah.
year 5, year 6 in uni, moving around with a Labubu. Shout out to Labubus, sponsor us.
Labubu.
I'm dropping your names out here,
Labubu.
Labubus, and they're just moving around. It's like I don't know. Okay. I get the psychology behind opening a box. That's like the hype. You don't know what you're gonna get. What if you're the lucky person who's gonna get the green one out of your friends, and like kind of exploring like the nature of having like a surprise, right? But also, as you said, it's kind of a gambling. Except like you cannot resell an open box. It's like a Pokemon card. You know?
Yeah,
I just don't
no,
get it.
exactly, yeah. So, I mean, why? I feel like it's clout. It's clout and gambling, essentially, where it's like you have something exclusive, um, where let's say you do get that gray one or you get like a special gold one or something like that. Um, you know, it's something exclusive. and there's a limited amount of them. I'd assume, right? So
Mhm.
it's like you're part of that club where like, yeah, I got this. You don't got this. I'm better than you. You know, I've got this. This is very cool, exclusive to me. All you other bums, you guys are stuck with the yellow one or the red one or the blue one. I got the sick one. So I feel like that's definitely an essence. I mean, would I buy one? Uh, maybe. Probably not. Probably not. It's not my thing. It's not my forte. But I do like back to those Lego packs. I was ripping those Lego. They were one figure packs. Where I was ripping them. Um, Usually never got the thing I wanted, but sometimes I would even feel around just to be like, all right, this is a this is a headpiece. I think that matches that. Yeah, we're gonna pick this one.
So you were one of those. You're
Yeah, it
the
was
reason
one.
we don't have the plastic pack anymore.
Well, you were one of them as well. What do you mean?
No, it was actually funny enough. I was a dumb kid. I couldn't guess, so my friend guessed for me, and they always got it right. But
Yeah, so you networked, you used a resource. You were there. You were an associate to the crime, bro. You were there.
no, I wasn't touching anything. There's no fingerprints there for me. Like
Are you
it's
sure?
all you,
You
man.
were
It's
there.
all
You're a witness.
you. I'm just
I don't know, bro.
saying. You're a criminal.
Yeah, but not saying I got it right. I usually got it. I got it all wrong. Um, 'Cause, I'm just a 8-year-old kid trying to guess what minifigure is in the Lego. Like, can't do that. I mean, would you buy a Labubu? Would you buy a Labubu?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I strongly think the Labubu people are the people who buy Stanley Cups when they actually popped up, right?
Oh yeah,
Now, I've been there for the rise of Stanley Cups, and I'm looking at the fall of the Stanley Cups. You just look so 2023, 2024 now if you have one of those. Like, it's not quote unquote trendy any longer. And I feel like Labubu, the name's so stupid. Labubu is also going to go through the same issues, right? It's just going to be trendy for a little bit and then it's going to be off. But here's the thing, those
yeah,
Lego pieces, you wouldn't go around like showing them off, right? But Labubus are literally becoming one of the, how do I put this? Like fashion statement on people's bags and clothing. I have seen grown people in Metrotown. For people who don't know, Metrotown is the biggest mall in Lower Mainland that people go to. It's the most common one. Walking around with Labubus hanging from their jeans. These are okay now. Now these are not adults. Clearly, these are like teenagers in high school. But like, I feel like a boomer saying this. I don't get the hype. Like I don't get this whole fashion statement about something you just like got out of the box. And for $300, you know how many
yeah. That's
pairs of shoes you
crazy.
can get for $300?
You can
Probably
get a lot
two,
of
but
stuff for three
yeah, like
hundred dollars.
there are other fashion statement you can get for $300 than like a doll hanging from your pants. Like I'm just saying,
So you don't
it's
you don't
just
think it has staying power?
no.
I agree. I don't think it's gonna be. It's not like I don't think it's gonna be a long time before we get something like Pokemon or even like
Mhm.
Lego even, like, cause those high-end Lego sets, like, unopened, are worth a ton of money, thousands of dollars, even minifigures as well, you know, so I don't.
There's this Lego one called Mr. Gold, which is like the most like rarest one. It's literally like the gold color and it trends for like thousands of dollars, right? But Labubus, actually one thing Labubus have is like authenticator, which is like under tags, which you scan with your QR code camera thingy, and it tells you if it's authentic or not, which is nice. But like I'm just saying, it's and at the end of the day, it's a doll. Okay, like it's easy to wrap.
Yeah,
China is probably already working on replicas as we speaking because they just jump on the trend. They make money off of it. And shout out to China for making reps so these businesses don't last long. But I just don't understand the fact that people spend money for this like quote unquote ugly, cute aesthetic for their pants to just like hang around like they're fucking grown ass people. I'm just saying like
yeah.
it's like it's like me as a grown person. I go back and like like I don't know what did you do as a kid? You know, like
Uh,
those like hats, literally hats with like a fan on top. It's just like no
oh
one
yeah,
goes
just
and be like,
buy
oh,
like
this is fashion.
stupid
No, but
like
no one's gonna take you serious. Also, like I don't know what's the intention behind like buying a Labubu for a grown ass man walking around the mall and just like be like, it's the fashion, but what's a fashion generally to you guys? You know, let us know.
um
Let us.
I mean, I think everybody has their own personal
Yeah,
fashion. I
is
mean,
yours is those
I don't
Labubu?
think it's like there's like obviously there can be trends, but it's not just like, like obviously it's individual. So I mean, if you
I
think
feel
it
like
looks
yours
hard,
is
you know, go crazy, go crazy. Um, but
right.
yeah,
No,
Labubu.
enough shitting a Labubu. Someone else kind of came up with that. The rise of Lafufu.
What?
Lafufu is a counterfeit culture for Labubu, which is basically like a fake version of Labubu. It's not a fake version; it's just a counterfeit, right? Which basically what China is creating right now. The difference between those is Labubus have a hard plastic face that is not like squishable. It's
Yeah.
basically like hard plastic, but at the same time, the fufus have a dull face, like this little fabric face. Now, would you think Lafufus and Labubus are that different that you would pay 10 times more to just get a Labubu from a Lafufu?
All right. So we got the Labubus and we got the Lafufus. So let's break them down. I just want to review it real quick. So Lafufu is a counterfeit of a or whatever the word of a Labubu.
Hmm.
But and then so the Labubus have more squishier faces than the Lafuf. Yeah, these okay. The Lafufus. Sorry, what was the difference between what does the Lafuf? Do the Lafufus have the same face, like
They
squishy
look
face,
the
or is it?
same. They
They
look the
look. Oh,
same.
they're
Just
just
the
exact. Oh, it's
material is
just a
the
copy.
same,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Okay.
Material is different. Like they're supposed to be replicas, but it's just because of the copyright licensing, so they cannot have the
Oh, they
same
can't
face
call them. Yeah,
fabric.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously.
But
I mean, if they're like, I'm assuming they would be cheaper in this case. Yeah, because they're not the.
1/10 of the price,
Yeah,
basically.
I almost see it as like a kind of like an NBA jersey, like a
Mm.
fake NBA jersey, which I may or may not own one. But it's cheaper and you can get it. It basically looks. It's an exact replica. Essentially, it's just maybe slightly, tiny bit different, but it's meant to be an exact replica. So I mean, if it was cheaper, like I don't know, you said a standard Labubu pack or whatever costs 300. If a Lafufu costs like $100 or like $50, I'll take a Lafufu. I mean, a Lafufu would beat my Labubu. So I mean, I'll take the Lafufu. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it?
So you would buy Lafufu,
Yeah, I would buy. I mean, how much does a Lafufu cost compared to a Labubu?
$30.
$30 Canadian?
1/10 of Labubu, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it looks the same, well, people won't even be able to tell. So I mean, I'll take the Lafufu
Yeah,
over the
but
Labubu.
like then it comes to the point that raises this question is these are toys, Zach. These are literally toys. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Toys are not meant to be for adults. Do you think toys are meant to be for adults?
Um. No, to an
Yeah, but
extent.
like, wait,
Well, it depends. What
why
type of
not?
like? Are we talking like children's toys? Like, are
I'm
these
talking
in?
Labubu.
Is a Labubu? Is it meant? Is the target audience children or is it?
We don't know. We don't like. I don't think Pop Mart, like the company who makes them, you know
Even
Pop
knows
Mart,
that?
right?
No.
I think Pop Mart is the company behind those pop dolls that you put on your desk of different celebrities and
Oh, the
items.
Funko Pops?
Funko Pops. I think so. I think they're from the same company. I might be wrong, but it's a pretty famous company, right? And they have like some interesting marketing strategies, which is like a good business case to study if you study business and you're into that type of stuff. But like it just doesn't make sense to me how they kind of found this like psychological um literally psychological hole to fill for adults so they can still buy toys because no kid is literally paying $300 for a toy because they don't have $300. Majority
Yeah,
of the
that's
kids
like a
could
million
afford it.
dollars to a kid.
Yeah, right. Like you know how many? It's just the quick math. It's like 100. Like what is it? Cheeseburger, McDonald's cheeseburgers. Like
Yeah,
it's a lot of money. So no one's
yeah, I
paying
don't
that. But at the same time,
that's why I think, like, there's, like, if you wanna get a counter or, like, just a, a basically a replica, you know, I don't see an issue with buying a Lafufu in this case, because I mean, only adults are really gonna be able to, or maybe, like, teenagers, teenagers, early adulthood can buy the Lafufus or the
mhm,
Labubus,
mhm.
or, like, I mean, like I said, are you gonna notice, like, are you gonna if you pulled up ones side by side, would you notice a difference?
Yeah, you can. You can.
What is the difference? Like,
It's one of them is hard plastic face. One of them is fabric.
oh, okay.
That's the biggest thing you can
But
notice.
would that be noticeable if you're just walking by someone?
No, shouldn't
Or,
be.
like, you'd have to kind of get close and actually look at it, or
Touch
maybe
it.
be
Yeah,
like
basically.
you'd have to be close to look at it and actually be like, "Oh, that's not a Labubu, you're fake. You are fake. You're not a Labubu fan, you're a Lafufu fan?" It's like, yeah, it's essentially like that's like imagine being, like, walking up imagine going to, like, a meetup. Like, imagine, like, car meetups, there's, like, a Labubu meetup, and they're like, "Alright, show me your Labubu." I whip it out, I pull out my Labubu, and they're like, "That's a Lafufu. Get the fuck out." Like,
You know what that reminds me of, Zach? Remember like during the whole NFC sell things that was like a ape, yacht club,
oh,
stuff like
the
that.
NFT, yeah? The
NFTs, right? NFTs,
yeah.
NFTs, yes. It's like that, you know, like you just want to be part of something, a part of a group of people, part of a club, and you're willing to pay $300 to just like be part
Yeah.
of that. But like at that time, the whole like ape club thingy that they had, it was like top like 1% of people because of the price they had to pay. Fun fact, actually, there was Justin Bieber bought one of those, two of those, I think, right? He bought them for like a couple $1,000,000. Now it's like $40,000. So he did like a flop
Yeah.
on those. But like, I'm just saying that culture, I understand they just want to be something like exclusive and unique. But like this does not make sense to me.
So, how many are you buying?
I don't know, probably three, four. Anyways, speaking of reps, you just told me your idea about reps in like Lafufus. How do you feel about like the whole China rep culture and market? Like how they just like copy high end items just for the label and they just like counterfeit it and then sell it. Now I know copyrights in the governments of like North America, this does not allow that to be sold comfortably like
Yeah,
throughout the thing. Um if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go on a little information drop here.
go for it.
There was this website that was called Panda Buy back in 2017, I think started or something like that, or maybe a little bit later. The whole so basically China has this market called 1688, which is basically the Chinese market for items that you can find. Now they sell items individually in the price of Alibaba, right? Because it's within China market. They don't export or import. They don't sell to outside of China. Everything is fully in Chinese. Majority of us cannot read what's on there, right? So of course, like Chinese people can. I'm just talking about people outside of like that area or not from that culture. So what Panda Boy was the middleman between 1688 and Tahoe is another one of those markets, and North Americans or Europeans who need access to these um, materials so they can sell them later or they collect them for themselves. And so what Panda Buy was is basically like a warehouse which stores and sends the items that you buy from China. Now, back in 2022, I did a little bit of research on this. Back in 2022, Nike noticed that the items that they're selling has a Nike logo on it because they were counterfeiting like shoes, like Nike shoes, Nike jerseys, Nike stuff, right? Well, of course they cannot go after people in China. Like they cannot close down 1688 because you close down one warehouse, one quote unquote sweatshop, and then the next day there's going to be another one. Like you cannot stop that
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure the copyright licensing does not work the same outside of North America the way it works in North America or Europe. So back in 2022, Nike started suing PandaBuy, and PandaBuy started shutting down. Now, at this time, PandaBuy was at the biggest and most expanded form of market that would import and export. And when it shut down, the whole counterfeit market just like went to garbage. So that being that, I'm not sure. I understand why Nike tried to sue them, right? But at the same time, if the materials that Nike uses are built and designed in the same company, same sweatshop as the reps are designed and sold in, why wouldn't people just buy reps at this point if they're just paying for the logo? Now, I understand like sometimes Nike and other companies like Lululemon at Vancouver, they pay a lot for like celebrities to just like do their advertisement and they do pay a lot like cost for the advertising, getting the brands up, and like having people like be invested into it. But like I just don't understand once you guys have that, why don't you guys? Why wouldn't people just buy replicas and just enjoy them? They're not going to be the same quality. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to be the same quality, and basically the import and export of this, like the price you have to pay for the postal services, is going to be extremely high because it's literally going over the ocean. But what's your take on like people buying replicas from China and just importing them into Canada? Now, this is also, I need to say this before we move past this. It is illegal, and it is buying counterfeiting item in Canada is not a suggested things to do from overseas. Please do not do this. I'm not
No.
recommending this. I just need to understand because I spend a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace and I see it all the time. This like replica shoes, like rep shoes, just being around, like people buying them, selling them. They say they're not authentic, but at this point, people don't really care about them. I have been actually once a target of a fake advertisement on Facebook Marketplace for authentic Yeezy, which did not turn out to be authentic. I still wear it. It's my white Yeezy, actually. I think it's not real. It's replica, but I'm not sure for 100%. But at the same time, what's your take on basically just like having people buy replicas instead of the brand name if it's truly not in their budget?
Well, from my perspective, me personally, I don't own any counterfeit items on the record. Because you have to go out of your way also to get these, like to order them. It's not as simple as either just going to the store page or going to a something else. Like you have to put in more work to actually get these counterfeit items. And even like you said, like, yeah, it may be cheaper initially, but then, the shipping costs are going to be way more than if you just ordered through the store or even, through Amazon Prime or stuff like that. And I think it's a lot of, like psychologically, I think that means a lot in this case where, you know, for certain people, they want to feel included, they want to feel included in what is happening, whether in a certain trend, because, you want to be left out. You want to make sure, like, yeah, I'm with you guys, and so even if that might, and if you can't afford a certain item, you might be tempted to go purchase a counterfeit, a replica that's essentially the exact same, maybe slightly different fabric or stuff like that, but it looks the same, has the same brand name, um, and it's essentially like the exact same product. It's just not from the actual store itself. It's from a different store and production and all that. Um, and so yeah, I think it's a lot of psychologically, speak based on what people are thinking, how much money you have, and like what the current trends of the current fashion industry is. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know. It kind of depends. if you want one, I mean, go get one. I mean, it's gonna take more effort, but I don't obviously it is, actually we did just mention not to do that. Um, but your own discretion, okay? We don't recommend it because, it isn't it's illegal, right?
It is illegal.
Yeah.
The fact that purchasing it is not illegal, the fact that it comes to this country is illegal. So they're not gonna stop you from wiring your money to China to pay companies like Panda Buy, right? But once your package arrives into the borders of Canada, like through the airplane, through the ship, through different like paths that they take, um, your package is gonna get what's the word for it?
Seized or held?
Seized. Thank you. I was gonna say confiscated, but seized is the right word. Yeah. So their package gonna get seized, and then you have to like explain, hey, this is like the package I bought from China, blah blah blah. This is this, and they're gonna be like, no, actually, it's forbidden in Canada to buy counterfeited items and bring them into the country because it messes with the economical aspect and marketing of the brand that Canada supports, such as like Nike, such as like Adidas, such as like
Yeah.
Lululemon. So purchasing is not illegal, but you are taking a big risk because you might buy like 5 items for like $300. I don't know, 300 is like my favorite number today. 300 numbers, $300, and then like all of a sudden it's just gonna get seized, right? Which is fair because in my opinion, the market that we have in North America, it would be hard for companies to compete with this counterfeited items. Like think about the Labubu and Lafufu, right?
Yeah.
Like literally the reason that Lafufu is exists is because of the branding and the marketing that Labubu had, right? And once parents realize in this economy too, with the recessions that are happening, like with how we're just low on money as like society, um, what happens is basically like the quote unquote flip it till you fake it till you flip it. So basically
Yeah.
what happens is the Lafufu is just gonna take over the market, and then the whole idea of having a Labubu doll is just gonna go down to like nothingness. Um yeah, you see Lego also has counterfeited items, right? But I feel like they do a better job at like not letting them be taking over their business because
Yeah.
they have stricter stuff. Now I know Lego does not have an authenticator, like they don't have a barcode QR code scan so you can authenticate your Legos. Which Lego, if you're hearing this, if I find out that you're hearing this and you added this, I need my percentage on this, but you guys should definitely add something so they can scan the barcode to understand the authenticity of the Lego, especially for the ones that are collectible. Like there was this Lego that came out not too long ago, which was a T-Rex bone. I don't know if you are you into Legos in
Yeah.
general. Yeah. So basically, what that was is basically a collectible piece that people started collecting and holding on to it because it's adult only Legos. They're like certain ones that they
Yeah.
know the price is gonna go extremely high in the years that are coming. So what they basically do, I feel like having an authenticator to kind of compete with this like counterfeit item would be helpful for collectibles. Now, I personally do not see any problem with people who are buying this stuff like Legos and stuff for their kids so they can build their Lego blocks, so they can like play around for like
Yeah.
Christmas Day, Christmas something, and they're probably gonna toss it out anyway. Like they're not gonna hold on to it for a while. Like I don't know you, but whenever I had a Lego, I played with it. Like I built it for like a day and then like played with it for a week, and after that I would just like destroy it and just like change it into like different forms and stuff, right? Like it didn't really
Yeah. Yeah.
matter like what I bought. So I don't mind that, but at the same time it's just like I can see how the Fufu market is gonna hurt the Boo Boo market.
Well, think about it. The more you have of something, the less it'll be worth. The value of it will go down. And so, I mean, how do all these, Lafufu, Labubu, you know, um, you know, does it really is this really gonna matter in a year from now? I mean,
I mean, it
I
depends
don't
how they played along though. Like Stanley Cups did not matter after a year. But I'm pretty sure the company Stanley made like a shit ton of money. at the same time, I know Costco started building their own Stanley Cups. You see, like
Yeah.
a Stanley Cups initiated the whole idea of I don't have one here, but like the cup with the straw on it with a handle.
Yeah.
Now, from president choice, which is basically like Canadian, what is this? What is it called? Superstore, Canadian Superstore
Yeah.
brand, to like Stanley Cups that all created, that all have the design, right? They create something that's like unique, but like I'm pretty sure Stanley Cup itself, like Stanley is not going to be the only one who's at the top with the profit margins, right? So that's that. But I feel like they're just initiating stuff, and then later on, like definitely the ideas do not like go out of existence. They're just gonna change forms into it. Like Labubu's and Lafufu's gonna turn into like Ladudu, you know, like in like a recent future, created by like Walmart or
Yeah.
something, you know,
Well, yeah, there'll just be a new version of it,
new version
essentially.
of it,
Yeah.
which
That'll
is not
be
gonna be popular because it's not trendy anymore. But they're still gonna make more of them.
yeah, because at a time they had value and now they're
Because I would buy Ladudu. Wouldn't you buy Ladudu?
well, I don't who knows? I'm still thinking about Lafufu and whether I need to get myself a Labubu, you know, for the future. You don't know. You just
Yeah.
never know. If somebody was like, let's say like, a 10 out of 10, or I guess you have a girlfriend, but 10 out of 10 is like, or somebody who is going to give you $1 million, you need to secure a deal, but he notices you don't have a Labubu, the deal's off. You know, that could be a scenario and that happens where, imagine we get offered like a sponsorship or like an ad deal and they say, "Hey, do you guys wear those Labubus?" And then we're like, what is that?" And then they're like, "Thanks. We'll see you guys. Good luck." Like that's
It's
imagine that.
what you're saying is it's you're making the Labubu and the Fufu sound like a Rolex aspect. They're gonna be a conversational piece. They're gonna be something like I'm in there, you know, I'm part of the club. I know what's up. Like, you know, a conversation starter, something fun. Do you think that's a right analysis I just had from what you said?
Uh, yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think majority of the people who are buying this is literally a toy designed not for kids, right? It's
Yeah.
designed to be a keychain. It literally has a keychain thing. And if you're buying a Labubu, think twice and just like invest your money because it's exactly like how Stanley Cup was. Okay, like literally just gonna be the cool for like a minute and then boom, gone, like out of existence. If you think of it as a designer bag type situation, like oh, it's a fashion piece, you're wrong. You just look like a kid who just grew taller and has beard on your face. I'm looking at you, buddy, who go to SFU. Like I've seen you. I've seen how proud you were about your Labubu. You were 6'7", 400 pounds with a Labubu hanging from your bag. Okay, like think of your life again. If I had, what are you even doing at school? Lakers need a center, bro. Just go join. All right.
Yep.
Anyways, what I'm gonna say is this. Also, if you guys are into buying counterfeit items, please come talk to me. No, no,
Yeah.
jokes aside. Think of that twice too. All right. Like I'm not against the whole market. I understand why you guys would go for it. For affording stuff right now is, especially in Canada, it's kind of tough right now because of the whole recession thing happening. And of course, you guys could understand not everyone has to wear the nicest thing. Since I moved to Canada, now this is interesting. I have this T-shirt that I wear, the black T-shirt. I don't know if you. I think this is the first time Zach is seeing me in
Was it
white.
the XLL one?
No, 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 no. I think so. Well, this is a Walmart brand. All right, it's called George. Shout out to George. Please sponsor me. Just give me free T-shirt. I don't need money. I say your name for like rest of this podcast, but like, they're the best T-shirts. Like full cotton. Everything is nice. When I moved to Canada, it was $4. Okay, it was $4 per T-shirt. Now it's like 15. All right, like that's how bad it got. And I moved here when like 2018. It's like it wasn't like that. Actually, that's like 7 years, 8 years ago. Wow. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you guys do not have to wear like. Try to think about it like this: when you cannot afford things, right? Think about quality over like anything else. Um, Majority of these brands the reason they're expensive is because of the marketing they do, right? Like Nike just started a gym, like an actual gym. That's like $300 per month membership in like some cities, right?
Damn.
That's what they're thinking. When they were launching like their whole like fitness app, they had to hire Drake, right? They had to hire Taylor Swift to just do the advertisement for them, and they're not gonna do it for cheap. Like that's well known. Like I know like Drake charged them a hefty amount. Like same thing with like Taylor Swift. Like they're not cheap, so majority of the money has to go to marketing, which gives a huge cut to the budgeting for quality. So if you guys are thinking that you need something to be more cool, something in your budget, and you need something to last longer, and you understand that this is not the time to purchase items that are not branded, right? Like Nike. I understand if you can just like wear like a normal clothing, you don't have to just like look fly all the time. I'm pretty sure all of you guys are like amazing looking anything you guys wear.
Yeah, exactly.
But but I'm just saying, look at the other options. All right, like if the counterfeiting is the way to go for you guys, go for it. I would not say don't go for it because at the end of the day, it's your choice, right? But I would not suggest it. Um, do your research and please do not go after trendy stuff, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, they're like a time limited thing, right? The the trend can go for like so long, right? So that's one thing is gonna keep an idea of. Also, with the collectible aspect of this Labubu Lafufu thing, right? You guys might say, "Oh, the Pokemon cards just came back." Yeah, Pokemon has like thousands of episodes of TV show, thousands of like the whole Japan's economy runs on Pokemon dolls. All right, like I'm not okay, maybe not, but like you guys get what I'm saying. Like there's so much more investment than Labubu Lafufu from Hong Kong. All right, and like Pokemon and like Pika Pika from like Japan. All right,
Are
like
you
that's a
sure
whole
though?
culture. I'm pretty sure.
Are
I'm
you
pretty
sure?
sure
Because
Labubu.
you
I've
you
not.
you're talking like someone who doesn't own a Labubu.
I don't own a Labubu.
You don't own a
I
Labubu?
own a
Yeah. You
Ladudu.
don't get it. You don't get the you just don't get you're not
I
one of
don't
us.
get it.
I mean,
Oh,
I
you
don't
have a
own one, but
Labubu. No,
no.
yeah, you own a Lafufu. If you guys think we
What?
should buy Zac and Lafufu, please write that in the comment section if you can. If
No,
there's a comment section.
I'm not buying a Lafufu. If you hey, no hate, if you here, I wanted to build off of what you were saying. I was
Yeah,
letting you
yeah.
cook. Um, I think you gotta find a balance. Obviously, like, if you really do wanna buy a Labubu, go for it. Or if you can't afford it, but you still want one, do what Radin said. Or invest your money. Think about your future. All right, guys. We're here giving you life advice. Um, but yeah, really just think about what you actually want to, why you're getting it, and how long you think it's actually going to be relevant. Like, how often are you actually going to wear a Labubu with you? Because you could have it for like 3 weeks and then just forget about it. You know, where if you have like a shirt, jeans, whatever it may be, like Louis Vuitton bag, um, you know, any other piece of clothing, watch, they just, you can get a watch for $300. Um,
You
like a
can get
pretty
a
solid watch.
yeah, you can get a what is it called? The Swatch and what was the other brand they did a collab with? I
I'm not
forgot. Come
sure.
back to me. Come back to me. I'm just gonna do the
I'm not.
research so I'm not
I'm not
wrong.
sure. But essentially, like, just think before you buy. Those listening to this are probably going to be like, "What are these
Omega.
guys saying?"
Swatch
Omega?
and Omega. You can get Omega watch for $400 in Canada. So
Yeah, yeah. What are these guys saying? Guy with a beard on the right, guy, white guy on the left. Uh, you know, what do they know? Nothing.
maybe
We
you
don't know
know. I know a
anything.
lot of stuff. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you sure?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Zach says a
He
lot,
doesn't own
but
a
he doesn't say
Lafufu or a
much.
Labubu.
Okay, like,
But huh? Say that
huh?
again.
I say you talk too
What?
much, but you don't say much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, look, that's okay. Okay, I see you.
yeah, yeah.
I
But no,
talk too
like
much,
jokes
but I don't
aside, that
talk.
was
Okay.
that was a
Yeah.
deep conversation right there. Appreciate what you
Oh
just
yeah, for
told the
sure.
kids
Yeah.
that are watching this podcast.
The kids, yeah, the grown
Now,
men, the
Lufufu
grown
fans,
men,
yes.
the little
But no, I
fufu.
feel I feel I feel like Lufufu and Labubu kind of is the trend of the day. A couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago, it was the Tun Tun Sahur. You know,
No,
like the
no, it actually
Italian.
wasn't. No, it actually wasn't.
It was, son. It was. You're
Just
just
for
too
you,
old
not
to
for
be
me.
part
For
of
me, I
that. Let me
was
tell
I
you that.
was I was chilling, I was good. Watching my
I feel
NBA
like
playoff
every.
games. I was living the life. And then you
I feel,
guys all you guys do now is spam. You changed all the group chat names to this stupid Italian brain rot. I don't know what it means.
Berber
Nobody
Patim
knows what it means.
Patum. Yeah, that's you.
That's not
So
me.
Zach's name is Berber Patim, I think.
You need to Berber Patim yourself to a mental asylum. All right? Like,
Now here's the thing, Zach. I think you're too old for this, but I'm pretty sure in like every single high school
are you not older
cafeteria,
than
this
me?
was the trend. I might be. I might be. Mentally, I'm more youthful than you are, sir. But at the same time,
Uh,
it's just you're behind. You're not with the pop culture, you know. Like Tun Tun Sahur was an international thing. Shit was more popular in my own country. Like we talk about a third world country, which the memes do not get into. Everyone already bought the toys by the time I understand what the meme was. So
wait, there's toys?
there are toys. There are toys actually. Yeah, China already printed them. Like people 3D print them, right? The
Oh,
design
okay,
of
okay.
them. So they play with them. Now, yeah, I was saying like that was the trend back in the day. Back in the day, being a week ago, Tun Tun Sahur, la 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 la, whatever, the Bumbini Kusini. Zach was not with the program back then, and now he's with
I'm still
more of a
not.
Lububu Lufufu program, which is something Zach is more into. So we're gonna see how it goes. By the next episode, hopefully Zach has a Lufufu to show us.
You know what? Who I
Um,
think is gonna have a Labubu or Lafufu?
I think
Santi.
that kid is gonna have it for sure. You're
I
right.
feel like
You're just
out
not
of
gonna.
everyone, Santi, Tyson, maybe, probably not, because
But
this
Santi is
guy.
the one who.
I wanna rant about Tyson real quick. All right, because he
Let's
wanted he
do it.
wanted to he wanted to get his name mentioned on the. You're getting your own segment, bud. Um, let me say something. I got to rant on this guy. So first of all, we get this guy some new shoes. First of all, shout out you guys. You guys got me a bunch of stuff for my birthday. Didn't need to, but appreciate it anyways. Um, and so yeah, we've been getting each other gifts. It sounds uh like friend gifts, like not like you guys know the drill, bros. Uh, and so yeah, we've been getting each other some gifts. Radin, I forgot when is your birthday again?
30th of July.
Okay, so it's coming up. Yes, you are older than me, bro. Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody here I've spoken to is older than me. December thirty
Zach's the
first.
youngest. Zach's the
December
youngest,
thirty
I think.
first. Um, but yeah, so we get him some shoes. All right, some brown, really clean shoes. And a shirt. And a few weeks goes by. We give it to him. And he's like, "Oh yeah, these are sick, man. I'm definitely gonna wear these." Couple weeks go by.
Sorry.
Next time I see him, he's not wearing them. Next time I see him like a week later, he's not wearing them. He's not wearing them. He's not wearing them. He's not wearing them. Why? Why aren't you wearing them? I worked. We spent our hard-earned money. You too spent your hard-earned money to get this guy a gift he doesn't even appreciate. So it
I
hurt
think
me
he
in my
wore them
soul.
once. And we weren't even
He's worn
there.
them once, I think. Once he's wore the shirt. The shirt. He's wore the shirt. I've seen him wear the shirt. The shoes once, and I'm like, bro, it doesn't go with the fit, buddy.
Maybe,
Make the fit. All right, make the fit. I don't. I don't care. If you want me to respect you as a human being, wear the shit. I got you. You bum. Come on. No, but in all serious,
maybe we should have gotten him a counterfeited shoe. You know.
maybe next time. Next time I'll just get him a Labubu, or not even. I'll get him a Lafufu. Not
Yo,
even.
when is
He doesn't deserve the Labubu. He doesn't deserve it after that. You
no
know,
Lububus are
if that's how he
expensive,
treats
man.
these fire Nike shoes, then
He doesn't even wear them.
they're nice too. Like I would have, they're
I haven't
nice too.
seen them. Like that's
You haven't
okay.
seen him wear them, right? Have you
Let me
seen
give
him
my
wear it?
2 cents about this. So basically, when they got this, I was in Mexico, right? And I didn't see what they got, and they sent me a picture. Don't get me wrong. I forgot about it though. Like I completely forgot about it. And he never wore them, so I don't know what they look like. That's like how rare he wears them. Like
Yeah,
I've never seen them like having those on. I know they're brown because you guys told me, but I don't know what they look like. So it's just like
they're very nice. They're very clean. I think you'd like them. They're kind of similar. Do you know how Santi has those brown shoes?
right,
They're
right,
kind of similar to that. Um,
right, right.
they're clean. They're clean. Um,
That's nice. But yeah,
but yeah,
wear your stuff, guys. Wear your
yeah,
stuff.
wear your
You're not
gifts,
gonna,
at least,
you
like,
know,
wear, like, a few times when I'm out just so I know, like, yeah, that was a good
you like
gift and,
them, you know.
you actually like them. Like, just tell me if you don't like them, like, it's not that bad, alright? You can like, I started to begin to think that this dude just returned them, and I was like, "Bro, just let me just tell me, just let a guy know.
Little brother, no, you
Let a
know.
brother know, man." What would you do in that case? If I gave you, like, a gift, which probably will end up happening. Are you the type to, like, act like, "Oh, yeah, this is a great thank you for the gift," are you
No,
gonna
that's a
be
funny
honest and
thing
be
you
like,
mentioned.
"Is
That's
this, like,
no,
trash?"
I'm gonna be. It's a Nike. I don't think he can just tell you it's trash first thing first. But also, good thing you brought this up. This has been a debate with me and my family members. Whenever I buy something new, I don't wear it for like at least 4 or 5 months. Like I just don't wear them, right?
Wait,
Because I
why?
just don't know why. I don't know. It just I feel like I don't know. I don't. That's a good question. I just don't understand why. Like, I want to keep it new. I want to keep it for a special event for the first time that I'm wearing it. Now at the same time, I have people in my life who literally, I'm talking to you, literally wear the thing they buy in the change room, in the fitting room, and just walk out of the store with it. Like they have nothing else. Like
Um, yeah,
which
that's crazy.
which is not okay with me. Like, buddy,
Whoever does that should not do that anymore.
yeah, I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking to. This person definitely watches this.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
yeah, we had long debates about this. She said that she does what she wants. She beat me out right after it. She
So
punched
how
me in
do
the
you,
face.
like do you, so let's say you get a gift, like, I'm sure you've gotten gifts in the past where you haven't really liked them. How do you react to
Mhm.
that? Are you like
I pretend like I like it.
I do as well, like, because you don't wanna be mean in the moment, but then I think
Right.
later on, like, you gotta tell, like, "Yeah, I return." Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
return it.
Oh,
Do you
I do.
return it?
If I wanna get something better, because
You are better. You're better than me. Honestly, you're
you
better
keep
than me. You're
them.
actually making the money, the asset they paid, worth it that way.
Yeah.
Like
What do you do?
because in my country, in my culture, that's not a thing we do. Like returning items is not a thing, right? Like in Iran, if you go back with an item, be like, I want to return this. The guy's like, no, you're not. Like, there's no returning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, as it is in Canada or like places of been. Now, in the culture, it's not really known that we have like all these like little slangs, little poets and stuff like writing about like the whole thing, like don't bring back the gift I gave you, don't return it and stuff. Which like the most famous one is I'm gonna give you a little bit of culture. It's basically saying you are not supposed like this is the whole like quote unquote thing, right? We call these
Yeah.
stuff like Zarumas. They don't mean anything, but like it's like a slang. Like now I'm going to tell you this. That the whole thing says this: you do not count the teeth of the gifted horse, which basically says like if you're given a gift, stop like count like considering how good it is, right? Because I don't know, probably back in the day they used to count the teeth of the horse to see how healthy it is, right? But it was a gift; it's free anyway. Like just take it.
Yeah, yeah. So, like,
So in the culture, they don't really return stuff, right? And whatever you get, you're stuck with it. But what you do is way better. Like I really appreciate you doing that, and I think I'm gonna start doing that as well. And it makes
no,
more
I
sense, Like some asset has been being
yeah,
like liquidized to just
that
get you that. What do you just want him to just ugly ass shoe sitting on your closet for? Like just go get a
yeah,
good
that
shoe.
family member, that friend gave you something. They put money into you. And you might as well, like, you don't gotta be like a dick about it. Like, you just be like, you can just exchange that into something that you'd actually like, and that's essentially what they gifted you in this case. Um, I guess that's why maybe a lot of people just give you a gift card because you don't have to make the decision in that case. It's your decision, and then you're
Here's
just
the
using
thing
their
with the
money to
gift
get a
card
gift.
though. Here's the
Huh?
thing with gift card. I didn't know gift card has an activating fee. what the fuck is activating fee? I mean, the company has to somehow make money. Don't get me wrong, right? But at
Yeah,
the same time, I just give people cash at this point.
yeah.
That's just
Only
smarter.
cash. That's what this guy is made of. Cash. My middle name is Cash. You know.
His favorite singer is Johnny Cash, so
You know.
yeah.
My favorite color
I
is
th-
green.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's very
I
good.
think this is a good part. We can end this podcast, this
Yeah.
episode. Zach
Um. But yeah, please let us know. No, I agree. Please let us know what you think about Labubu,
and
Lafufu.
Lufufu.
Um. Are
And
you
if you
gonna buy
should get
one?
one,
And
maybe,
if you should
maybe,
get
maybe
one,
if we have enough like people telling us, maybe we should buy one and unpack it in the next
yeah,
episode. I would do that. I would pay
just buy
enough
one
money
and unpack one. Of course. As well, let us know on how you receive gifts, and we'll be back. I don't know
next
when.
week,
Next week,
hopefully.
sometime next week. Um. But as always, take care. Make sure to follow, rate 5 stars, like, comment, or we'll be responding to comments as well if we receive some. Um, and yeah, any last words, Redeem?
No, no. Thank you guys for listening for our yaps. Hopefully, you guys learned something. Uh, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. I tried to answer them about the counterfeiting item market, but try to stay away from it. It's not worth it, and that's it.
Yeah, and yeah, guys. So take care, and we'll see you next time.